Good morning, ladies. How are you going today? I hope everyone's feeling positive and energetic. Today's video is going to be about PCOS and what it actually is. So, as most of us know, polycystic ovarian syndrome is a health problem that can affect us women. It affects our menstrual cycle, our ability to have children, hormones, the heart, blood vessels, and our appearance. It's between about 1 in 10 to 1 in 20 women in the childbearing age has PCOS. In the United States alone, there's 5 million women who actually have PCOS, and that's a lot of women. And from my experience with other women that I've met, most of us didn't know for a very, very long time that we actually had PCOS until something went wrong and we kind of went, oh, that's not right, we should probably go to the gynecologist or go to our GP. So the causes of PCOS is actually unknown, but most experts think that there's several factors, including genetics, could play a role with women with PCOS are more likely to have a mother or a sister with PCOS. But the main underlying problem with PCOS is a hormone imbalancement. So in women with PCOS, the ovaries make more androgens than normal, and androgens are male hormones that female also makes. High levels of these hormones affect the development and release of eggs during ovulation, which I'm sure most of us may know already. But also, researchers also think that insulin may be linked to PCOS. So insulin is a hormone that controls the change of sugar, starches, and other foods into our energy for the body to use or to store. Many women with PCOS have too much insulin in their bodies because they have problems using it. Excess insulin appears to increase production of androgen. High androgen levels can lead to acne, excess hair growth, on your face, in your body, weight gain, and problems with ovulation. That's why it causes, obviously very difficult to fall pregnant. I know that for a fact. My gynecologist actually gave me metformin, which I'm sure most of you may know what it is already, but for those who don't, metformin is a diabetic tablet. And what it does is it actually reduces your insulin levels. So for me particularly, my doctor started me off on 500 milligrams. The first 4 days that I was actually taking it, I actually got my periods, and that was the first time in 5 months that I actually got my periods, so it was really good. But since then, my acne's cleared up heaps. I'm still struggling with my weight loss, unfortunately, but it is getting better, so yeah, I'm starting to lose a little bit of weight. But yeah, primarily with PCOS and insulin-resistant PCOS is then when you cause too much insulin in your body, which is what I have, and most women actually have that as well. So metformin is really, really good for that. I mean, there are natural alternatives to that, but from my experience, I have tried the natural, and I do prefer the metformin, to be honest with you all. But just to let you know as well, the symptoms of PCOS, which I'm sure most of us are aware of, but I will go through them anyway. Okay, so every woman doesn't have to have exactly the same symptoms, but these are the general symptoms of it. So infertility, which means that you're not able to get pregnant because you're not ovulating. In fact, that PCOS is most common to cause of male infertility. So most women, as most of us know, PCOS, it's extremely difficult to fall pregnant. Most of us have to use IVF or Clomid or things like that to help us get pregnant. It's not impossible. It's a definite challenge. So it also infrequent, absent, or irregular menstrual periods. So what that means is that sometimes you might not get them, for a month, 2 months, 3 months, or you might not get them for years, or you might get them, once every couple of months, but you might get them for 3 weeks in a row, things like that. So it's very, very irregular. Okay, it also increases your hair growth on the face, chest, stomach, back, thumbs, or toes. I have all that. It's god awful. Who can relate with me? Please comment in below and we can share stories of how we shave and things like that. It also does symptoms of PCOS is cysts on the ovaries, acne, oily skin or dandruff, weight gain, which is really sucks because I've actually gained about 45 to 50 kilos since I found out that I had PCOS. Well, I've gained it before and during while I found out I had PCOS, so it's a lot of weight to put on. It can also include patches of the skin of the neck, arms, breasts or thighs that are thick or dark brown or black. Skin tags, which is excess flap of the skin in the armpits or the neck area. Pelvic pain, and also anxiety or depression. I've had that for sure, definitely, but that'll be in a different video. Also sleep apnea, so when breathing stops for a short period of time while you're sleeping. It's not a very good thing either. Okay, so that's pretty much what is PCOS, the symptoms, you know, what it actually is, what the causes are. Now we're going to go on to why do women with PCOS have trouble with their menstrual cycle and fertility. Okay, so the ovaries, where the woman's eggs are produced, have tiny fluid-filled sacs called follicles or cysts. As the egg grows, the follicle builds up fluid. When the egg matures, the follicle breaks open, the egg is released, and the egg travels through the fallopian tube to the uterus for fertilization. This is called ovulation. In women with PCOS, the ovary doesn't make all the hormones it needs for an egg to fully mature. The follicles may start to grow and build up fluid, but the ovulation does not occur. Instead, some follicles may remain as cysts. For these reasons, ovulation does not occur and the hormone progesterone is not made. Without progesterone, woman's menstrual cycle is irregular or absent. Plus, the ovaries make male hormones, which is also to prevent ovulation. Well, that's pretty much standard. I hope everybody understood that. If you couldn't already tell, I'm actually reading the information off a link, which I will put down below. But I wanted to read it out loud so, you know, we could all understand as well, which I think is really good. So I will give you the links of where I'm looking at, so if you want to read through it again or send it to other women that have PCOS, by all means. Okay, so just for the older ladies, does PCOS change menopause? Well, it says yes and no. PCOS affects many symptoms in the body. So many symptoms may persist even through ovarian function and hormone levels change as women near menopause. For instance, excessive hair growth continues and male pattern baldness or thinning hair gets worse after menopause. Also, the risk of complications, health problems from PCOS, such as a heart attack, stroke, diabetes, increase as a woman gets older. How do I know if I have PCOS? Now, that's a really important question. Okay, so there is no single test to diagnose PCOS. Your doctor will take the following steps to find out if you have PCOS or if you have something else causing your symptoms. So, medical history. Your doctor will ask about your menstrual periods, weight changes and other symptoms. The physical exam, your doctor will want to measure your blood pressure, your body mass index, which is your BMI, your weight size. He or she will also check the areas increased in hair growth. You should try to allow the natural hair to grow for a few days before the visit. Now, the pelvic exam, your doctor might want to check to see if your ovaries are enlarged or swollen by the increased number of small cysts. Also, that you can do a blood test. Your doctor may check for androgen hormone and glucose, which is the sugar levels in your body. A vaginal ultrasound, which that's what I did to find out that I had PCOS. Your doctor may perform a test that uses sound waves to take a picture of the pelvic area. It may be used to examine your ovaries for cysts and check the lining of the womb as well. This lining may become thicker if your periods are not regular. Alright, so how is PCOS treated? Okay, because there is no cure for PCOS, it needs to be managed to prevent problems. Treatment goals are based on your symptoms, whether or not you want to become pregnant or lowering your chances of getting heart disease and diabetes. Many women will need a combination of treatments to meet these goals. Some treatments of PCOS include lifestyle modification. Many women with PCOS are overweight or obese. I am awkward. Which can cause health problems, and you can help manage your PCOS by eating healthy, exercising to keep your weight and healthy level. Healthy eating tips include limiting processed foods and foods with added sugar. Also, adding more whole grain products, fruits, vegetables, and lean meats into your diet. This helps lower the blood glucose, which is your sugar levels, improve the body's use of insulin, and normalize hormone levels in your body. Even a 10% loss in body weight can restore a normal period to make your cycle more regular. So that's good news. So just basically, if we drink more water as well, water is very important to flush everything out of your body, eating more healthier, and exercising as well. If you can't exercise because you're in a lot of pain, you know, even try like water aerobics. I used to do water aerobics because I've got arthritis in my knees, and it's a lot of fun. You're dancing in the water, and you actually you can feel it. You feel the exercise and working. It's really, really good. Also, how is PCOS treated? You can use birth control pills. So for women who don't want to get pregnant, birth control pills can control your menstrual cycles, reduce your male hormone levels, and help clear acne. So that's good for all of us who have acne. Now just keep in mind though that the menstrual cycle will become abnormal again if the pill is stopped. Okay, so just be careful of that. Women may also think about taking a pill that the only progesterone, like Provera, to control the menstrual cycle and reduce the risk of endometrial cancer. But progesterone also alone does not help reduce acne or hair growth. So just remember that as well. But look, as I said, I will put in the link down below so you can all read this a little bit more slower if you like to, if I'm going too fast here. And just take your time with it. So diabetes medications. The medicine metformin, which is what I mentioned before, is used to treat type 2 diabetes. It is also being found to help with PCOS symptoms, though it isn't approved by the US Food and Drug Administration. For this, the growth of abnormal hair and a few months of use may ovulate the return. Recent research has shown metformin to have other positive effects such as decreased body mass and improved cholesterol levels. Metformin will not cause a person to become a diabetic. No, it doesn't. It just makes, as I said before, it just reduces your insulin levels. You know, because what my gynecologist said to me was the reason why I could have gotten PCOS was that if one of my family members had diabetes, which in my case my grandfather did, and so because he'd had it in his body already, I naturally will overproduce insulin. So in that case, because I naturally overproduce insulin, what it does is it affects your hormone imbalancement, which is what actually this article is saying. So because it affects your hormone imbalancement, it will actually produce more of the testosterone, which is the male hormone. And because of that, your eggs don't function properly and they sit in the follicles, and it's very hard to get your period, and it's hard to lose weight because PCOS can actually affect your thyroid as well, which actually adds more weight onto the body, because if your thyroid's buggered, then you'll actually put on more weight easier as well. So just if you haven't really checked out PCOS, but you think you may or you may have it, it's a good idea to every couple of months just check your thyroid, your bloods, and everything like that. I do it every 3 months just to see how I'm going, because I want to make sure that I don't get diabetes because I'm overweight, and check my thyroid, how's it going, and you know, my iron levels, because I get tired all the time, you know, things like that. So just make sure when you go to your GP, just ask for a general blood test that includes your thyroid, your iron, your sugar, your glucose, and things like that. And they'll do that for you, and then they'll give you a good indication of, you know, where you need to fix and things like that as well. Okay, well that's pretty much it for today in this video. I hope it was good. Hope it was very informative. Like I said, you know, I will be linking this link for you in the description below, so please be my guest, share it around, give it to people, or you can share the video either way. It's very, I thought it was very informative as well. And I've also put my email down below, so if you have any questions for me whatsoever regarding PCOS, or you know, how I got through PCOS and how I managed my depression and my anxiety, you know, I'm more than happy to answer any questions, and I won't disclose any names if you don't feel comfortable with that, and I'll put a video up answering your questions as well. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that, and take care, and I will see you very shortly. Bye!